Blessings and welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in Isaiah chapters 58 through 62, and a lot of good stuff in this one. We're going to look at 58 real quick, but I can't wait. 59 talks about a broken criminal justice system, and a lot of things in our current system are reflected in this chapter. But first, 58, it talks about, right off the bat, verse 1, get everybody's attention. And why? The people of Israel think that they're worshiping correctly and fasting and doing the things the legalistically or religiously they think that they're supposed to be doing. In other words, physically and outwardly, they're doing all the right things, but their hearts, they're not sincere and they're not being honest and true about worship. Their heart's not in it. They're going through the motions. But God says, man, you're not doing the right things. And that's kind of what 5 and 2 say, 2 through 5. Then verses 6 through 8, God tells them, here's what true humility and fasting looks like. And if you're interested in what it looks like, read 6 through 12. Hopefully you've read ahead and you've already seen that. But then in 58 verses 13 and 14, God points out that you must stop seeking your own pleasure and obey the Sabbath. Now, we don't obey the Sabbath, but we have to live correctly, and it's not so we can obtain salvation. We live correctly because that's what God expects of us. Once we're saved, especially once we're saved, we have to be a good witness, a good testimony of what a Christian looks like. We have to be reflective of Christ, and we have to be image bearers of God. Then in 59, again, it says the justice system is perverted. In verse 4, it says, no one sues rightly. Even we have a lot of lawsuits that probably should never go to court. But even back in those days, it says, no one sues rightly and no one pleads honestly. We talk a lot, not we here, but in society, we talk a lot about defense attorneys who are just not ethical, who will do anything to get their client off. That's what he's talking about here. No one pleads honestly. They turn in confusion and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. That's what their justice system looks back like then, and it's very reflective of what our justice system looks like now. And then 59:8, it says, they do not know the way of peace, and there is no justice in their tracks. They have made their paths crooked. Whoever treads on them does not know peace. In other words, whoever treads in their path, they leave a path of destruction behind them, and there's no justice at all. The things that they do, they're not doing in the name of justice and righteousness, seeking the truth, and that's what we're called to do. Verse 9, the very next verse, it says, therefore justice is far from us, and righteousness does not overtake us. We hope for light, but behold, darkness, for brightness, but we walk in gloom. And you can see how sad and angry and upset our society is, because we seem to walk in the same type of path of injustice. And then, to me, one of the big kickers of this, and this is not the ending, there's a verse behind it that gives us the remedy. But to sum all this injustice up, we look at chapter 59, verse 15, and it's broken into two parts, and this is the last part of verse 15. And it reminds me of the Genesis account where God created day 1, he said it's good. Created day 2, said it was good. Did all the way up through day 5, it was good. Day 6, he created Adam and Eve, man and woman. He said it's very good. Well, here he says, now the Lord saw, and it was displeasing in his sight that there was no justice. Men and women, we are in that role. We're led into this profession. We're set apart to bring justice as best as we can, to uphold God's justice and righteousness. And we've got to do that. That's what we're called to do. This is encouraging because there was none then. Hopefully there's some now, and we're that thin blue line that keeps the justice at the forefront. and hopefully we keep it true and righteous. But the remedy for all this injustice, 59:16 says, and he saw that there was no man, and was astonished that there was no one to intercede. Then his own right arm, or his own arm, brought salvation to him, and his righteousness upheld him. He gave us salvation, Jesus Christ. He will be the remedy for all justice. But until then, the man of lawlessness is out there reaping destruction on our world, and we are that thin blue line between chaos and civility, trying to help the Holy Spirit keep him at bay until Christ returns. Did you ever realize that was your job? It's a cool thought, isn't it? I love that. Tomorrow we're going to be in Isaiah chapter 63 through 66. Look for law enforcement takeaway. Come back here tomorrow and let's discuss it. In the meantime, you guys be safe.